So just wanted to make a quick video, guys. So finally, PSG have signed the new head coach, Luis Enrique. So this is just going to be a quick reaction video for the same signing. Adarsh, what do you think about this signing?
I rate Luis Enrique. His initial spell at Barcelona, where he won the treble, but people did not give him as much credit as he deserved, in my opinion, because he had the MSN, right? Also Iniesta and all those guys. But I think he's a good manager. He did well with the young Spain team in the Euros as well as in the World Cup. And I think PSG, from what I'm looking at right now, I think they've changed their strategy a little bit. I think they've seen that signing high expensive players who come with a lot of ego and attitude. It's not working for them. It hasn't worked for them for so long, and they've spent so much money on them. So I think they've changed the strategy. I mean, I'm looking at the players right now that they've signed. So Lucas Hernandez, who is an established player. But he comes across as a very not a player with a lot of ego, but he has good experience at the top level. Manuel Ugarte, he's a young and promising player. At one point, I think Liverpool were behind him. Marco Asensio and Skriniar. So they are signing players who are not on the levels of like Neymar and Messi, but these are players who have and Mbappe, of course. These are a mixture of players who have experience at the top level, and I think they will obey to what Luis Enrique. I mean, basically, they will buy into Luis Enrique's strategy and project, right? And they're trying to build from the base now. They're trying to build from the ground instead of like hiring anybody and anybody. So overall, I think it's a good signing for Luis Enrique. I will have to look at it more. I guess I have to read about it this more to kind of give you a better review of this. But my initial reaction is that this is a good signing. PSG do sign good managers. That hasn't been their problem in the past as well. But it's all about the players and all about the system.
I agree with you. Luis Enrique has been a manager who really, pushes the youngsters to, just go out and express yourself. He has been that manager. I think that is something he has been doing. He was doing for Spain. We can see the whole World Cup squad. It was really young squad. I think somehow in the World Cup that misfired as well because in the crucial game when during the penalty shootouts they lost the game, right? That somehow misfired. But again, that man knows how to play with the youngsters, and that's what PSG has been doing. PSG bought all those players who somehow, they somewhere they lost the confidence. That, like for example, Marcus Asensio, when he joined Real Madrid, he was a very confident young player, but eventually he lost his own confidence. Right, he was not the part of the starting 11 at all, right? Same thing happened with Lucas Hernandez. He was bought for 80 million by Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich spent 80 million. That's itself is a big deal. And everyone was thinking about, oh, what he can be. He is something. But somewhere, I think, down the pressure and due to injuries, he also somewhere lost his own confidence, right? So now they are trying to get the team, not the great players, but team players who can play as a unit, right? They are not star signings. They can play as a team player. And see, we all know that eventually Mbappe will leave PSG either by the end of the season or by Jan. My expectation is that maybe by Jan or maybe this summer, Mbappe is going to leave. PSG is not going to sell him for free. So one ego player is going to leave, right? They know this thing very well. And Neymar also, I really don't think he will survive for long. Maybe by Jan or maybe by this summer or maybe by the end of the next season, Neymar will also leave. So it is a beginning. According to me, it's a beginning of a new era
Yeah.
without Neymar, Mbappe, right? And again, signing Luis Enrique, who is experienced, who knows how to handle players, right? He handled Messi, Neymar, and Suarez, Iniesta, Piqué, Busquets, Jordi Alba. All of these players were at their peak. Rakitic, all these players were at their peak when he got this job, and he performed really well, right? There has not been a single season where Barcelona didn't win any trophy. Every season, Barcelona was winning something or the other.
Yeah.
So this talks a lot about the kind of a person he is. See, in that team, the kind of players he had, tactics were not very much required because all of these players they know that what exactly they have to do. All he needed to do was people management. So his people management skill, man management skill was tested there, and how he can handle the youngsters, that has been that is something we can see in the Spain. So it's a good signing. according to me, it's the beginning of a new era, and I really hope PSG follows the same thing because till now their whole system was absolutely bizarre.